Ladies and gentlemen, we live in communally charged times. It's a reality we all are aware of. But despite our religious and ideological differences, can we really support what happened in Indore and Lucknow on Christmas Day? In the spirit of Christmas, food delivery giant Zomato decided that all its riders would dress up as Santa Claus and surprise customers. The idea didn't land very well in the right-wing ecosystem in Indore that saw a dharam sankat mein hai conspiracy in it. So one Zomato driver, he's a rider, was stopped by members of the Hindu Jagran Manch and harassed with questions like, why are you wearing this dress? Why do you not dress up like Lord Ram during Diwali? What message are you trying to send wearing Santa Claus costumes? This young man was then made to remove his costume, with the man filming him, blaming him for ignoring Hindu festivals but celebrating Christian and Islamic festivals. Just take a look at what had happened.
तो कभी दीपावली पे और इस पे राम भगवान और ऐसा स्वरूप करके कभी लोगों के घर जाते हैं क्या अपन?
नहीं, ऐसा तो नहीं, पर अभी कंपनी ने दिया है।
नहीं, तो मेरा मतलब है जो दूसरे अपन ये ऑर्डर तो अधिकतर सब हिंदू लोग ही मंगवाते हैं, क्योंकि इतनी जनसंख्या तो दूसरों की है नहीं। तो जब उन लोगों के त्यौहार आए तो कभी भगवा पहन के, कभी दीपावली पे, कभी इस तरीके से भी जाया करो ना। आज ये क्या सांता क्लॉज बनवा के और ये क्या संदेश दे रहे अपन परिवारों को?
Here's the point. You don't want to celebrate Christmas? Don't. That is absolutely fine. Why are you targeting someone who's simply doing his job? But the Indore incident was unfortunately not just a one-off. In Lucknow, a group of people reportedly gathered near the St. Joseph's Cathedral and started doing kirtan there. Now, while some people saw it as an attempt to provoke, others have used this as an opportunity to showcase brotherhood. But was it really necessary? If you want to do kirtan, do it in a mandir or your home. How would you react if Christmas carols were sung outside the Ram Mandir during Diwali? In any case, let's just play up that picture for you that came to us from Lucknow. It's not just about Christmas or Santa Claus. Aren't we needlessly sensitive when brands try to reimagine our festivals? You remember the backlash Fab India had faced a few years ago when they tried to reimagine Diwali as Jashn-e-Riwaz, or a celebration of customs. You know what happened then. Or when Surf Excel's ad of a Hindu boy and a Muslim girl bonding over Holi created such an outrage. Why are we so scared of jolly old Santa Claus? And why this intolerance, honestly? Anurag Naidu is an author. He is joining me on the broadcast. Dilip Cherian is founder, Perfect Relations, with us. And Dr. Uday Nirgurkar continues to be with us. He's a senior journalist. Anurag Naidu, would you consider what has happened in Indore and Lucknow as incidents of intolerance unnecessary?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on the show, Shreya. First of all, I don't think anyone can support, such acts. And I would say this sheer display of, one's personal belief system, one's personal, view on a festival or a dress up. But having said that, Shreya, the point of fact of the matter is, if we try to, say, for example, punish this set of people, at the end of the day, what do we want? We want the government to act on them. We want the government to jail them. Maybe we want the government to, give the strictest of the punishments to them. But will it solve the basic fundamental problem? You need to understand, entire India length and breadth celebrated Christmas. And it is such a warm gesture from a company to have their delivery boys dressed up in an outfit of Santa Claus. And this is really warm. But if you actually see the Hindi heartland, you spoke about Madhya Pradesh, you spoke about an incident in UP. There are certain sensitive pockets where you need to understand from where it. So if you fundamentally want to solve the problem, you need to think about why exactly this is happening. What exactly is making them think? Is it a conversion racket that is very much prevalent in some pockets where the Hindus feel a little bit of isolation? Is it something else? We don't know. But these are the things that we need to think to solve it from a fundamental level, that why people are reacting in such a manner. It can be one fringe outfit, it can be one Hindu organization, it can be one set of people. These are not planned attack, or this is not planned mob lynching kind of a story. But this is one of those instances when people, public, some of the guys just, spelt out what was there in their heart. So unless and until we sort that out, we understand and make fundamental changes, take some actions to bring that kind of a harmony, we are not going to
Anurag,
solve this problem. This is definitely an incident which is, we must be very apologetic and sorry for the delivery boy, and for the people whose sentiments are hurt. India is not a land for such acts, and we cannot accept this kind of action. But having said that, the basics cannot be written off. We need to think why this is happening. Why do we have this imbalance in the society?
Anurag, the point is you're bringing up the whole story of conversion.
No, I think not just conversion.
What you're trying to say rather delicately is a conversion as well. That there are groups of Christians who try and communicate people, especially in tribal belts, etc. I get that. But the fact is, Indore is urban. Lucknow is urban. Lucknow is famous for its Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb.
Yeah,
and if you want to do a kirtan, when you're saying that we are celebrating Tulsi Divas, when you're saying we are celebrating Tulsi Divas and you want to do a kirtan, great, do it. But do it in a mandir, na? Or do it in your home. Or do it in a dharamshala. You need to do it outside a cathedral. That tells me that there is a degree of intolerance involved here. To say कि लोग Christmas क्यों celebrate करें? I live next to a church. Dilip Cherian, I wonder whether you're with us. I live next to a church. Every year during Christmas, I will go there, sometimes even during Christmas Eve. Nothing, just to see the sights and sounds. And trust me, 80% of the people who are at the church to see the sights and sounds and buy some cake are Hindus.
I think it's unfair to just brush these things off.
Go ahead.
These are planned, and these are part of small fringe elements trying to find some space for themselves. They're jostling for attention, and they know that doing this kind of thing will give them attention. Second, I think that we need to understand that Santa Claus, who is the specific point of attention at the moment, is not in any way a religious symbol. It's a pure proof of the commercialization of all festivals to sell more product. As far as we are concerned, this actually needs to be treated as part of the ease of doing business in India. Because essentially, what you're doing is you're harming, hurting, or attempting to regulate, simple commercial transaction and promotions. I don't think that any practicing Christian sees Santa Claus as a symbol of religion. It's a symbol of a festival, a point of sale, as it were. And while that might be demeaning for Saint Nicholas, the fact is that Santa Claus has no specific relevance in the Christian pantheon of saints.
Dilip Cherian, were you then a little surprised at the backlash that Zomato got? Because Zomato got a lot of backlash to say that ek to Dipinder Goyal is Hindu and he's doing all these Christian things. Secondly, there were some people who said, when you know the communally charged times that we live in, why are you putting your delivery partners in the way of harm by dressing them up as Santas? Were you surprised at the backlash poor Dipinder Goyal got?
I think that what happens with big brands is that they become the focus of attention, because small, tiny bands of vandals will find it very easy to get attention because of the fact that they are tilting at a very gigantic windmill. And I think that is unfortunately the situation where Zomato has found itself on this matter.
But Dr. Uday, last year I remember Fab India found itself in the middle of such a controversy. You remember Jashne-e-Ribaz?
Yes.
The ad campaign that they had launched? They had to pull it off because it is not some right-wing fringe who complained against it and called it anti-Hindu. It was BJP mainstream leaders. One of the points being made by BJP leaders was, इन लोगों ने बिंदी क्यों नहीं लगा रखा? अगर if this is about Diwali, why are they giving an Islamic twist to a Hindu festival? So this is not just the fringe, is the point I'm making.
Fab India and what happened today with Zomato are two little separate things, and we can discuss it separately. Number one. Number two, as is rightly said by the panelist, Santa Claus has nothing to do with Christianity. It is a marketing symbol, a marketing gimmick. Some smart ad agency created it a point of sale. So if you want the delivery boy to dress like a Ram or Hanuman, you create your own brand, you create your own marketing might and give a deal to Zomato कि भैया अगली राम नवमी के दिन जो डिलीवरी होगा वो राम के भेष में होगा. They will accept it. Number two, this is avoidable.
उसमें कितना बवाल हो जाएगा आप समझ सक रहे हैं?
वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ.
If that happens, can you imagine the बवाल it will create?
तब पता चलेगा हमारे टॉलरेंस लेवल का. Number two, this incident cannot be a national symbol of the mood of the people when the Prime Minister himself has participated today in the yesterday in the Christmas celebrations. Apart from that, he has visited Honorable Pope, excellent equations with the church. This cannot be equated with a state-sponsored, I would say, unethical thing. This is not state-sponsored at all. Are there conversions not happening? Yes, conversions are happening under the garb of seva. But let's not mix a delivery boy wearing a Santa Claus for a marketing campaign with a well-planned conversion attempt. The root cause is the mistrust. The root cause is misinformation. The root cause is ability to get ignited on non-issues. And that's what the real problem is. In my opinion, this is not an issue. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Anurag Naidu, I just want to bring you in here. I don't have too much time on this debate, but the real issue to me is majoritarian bullying. We could get the Fab India ad withdrawn. आप Zomato को दिखाते हैं. So Zomato will ensure next year that something like this doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think
you have essentially bullied them into silence.
Before going into that, Shreya, I just wanted to, correct me if my understanding is wrong. I just heard the panelists telling that the brand value of, Jai Shri Ram or anything, that is not as appealing as Santa. Is that correct? What I just heard?
No.
Because to me, that sounds
of course
like
he didn't say that.
If you're comparing that,
anyone who goes to the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya right now will know that that is not something that was said.
The panelist just said that you don't have a marketable appeal. I mean, I can just quote unquote, you remind.
No.
Marketable. Somebody has a marketable appeal. That's why, it's a brand and it sells. That's why you're doing it. It has nothing to do with the religion. Fine. But to say that you don't have a marketable appeal is absurd.
The BJP has
it's absurd.
Marketed Lord Ram so well that they have won election after election on his name. How are you saying he's not marketable?
Entire national media made their fortune just by one Ram Mandir inauguration. Entire national media made their fortunes of money and TRP, one of the highest blockbusters of all time in the time that we live in, and you're telling it's not marketable. That's absurd. Don't bring this kind of an absurd comparison when you don't know anything about it.
Anurag. Let Dr. Uday clarify.
You are misquoting me, misunderstanding me, maybe without purpose or with purpose, I don't know. What I said, if you want this kind of thing to be protested, the better way is you draw your line bigger. You have a Ram Navami contract with Zomato. That's it. I did not comment whether it is marketable, the thing or not. Whether it is advisable or not. That's not the objective. The objective is, why do you stop him from doing, the poor boy? When they have done a marketing contract,
is it a
when you
playground
can't
of
market
competition?
your Sankranti, Valentine will be in progress. If you want a Valentine to be at that level and a Sankranti to be at a much larger level,
after this,
I think the gentleman
after this, I don't think Zomato is going to dress up anyone as Santa Claus or Lord Ram or Lord Hanuman.
That's
That
their
much I'm
choice.
sure of.
That's their choice.
They have already
That's their
burned their
choice, but
fingers. कहते हैं ना
that's their
दूध का
choice.
जला
But don't,
फूक फूक के
Shreya,
whatever.
we should
हाँ.
not make this a ground of competition. Shreya, see, we should not make it as ground of competition. We're not competing between religions. We're not competing between things. Because I don't know that where the gentleman is coming from. But the euphoria on Ram Navami and every look and corner in the streets of India, I don't know. I think the gentleman lives in India or abroad. I don't know. But you have to be on the street to see the euphoria. So don't make this kind of
Bombay.
comparison. It's not about comparison, but we strongly condemn what is happening. But we need to understand just by taking action
So
or
the
calling
good thing
names will
is
not solve the problem.
that
Having
everyone-
a prime time demise will not have solved this problem.
Okay.
Let's understand why this is happening. Why this
my
mindset?
point is
What
the
has been
delivery
the
boy
experience?
Anurag Naidu was simply doing his job.
Absolutely, yes.
There was no
He
need
was
to
doing
bully
his job.
him and ask
Absolutely
him
no need.
questions
We
like
stand in
Ram Navami
solidarity
पे
with
या
him.
दिवाली पे राम
We
भगवान की
stand-
तरह बन के क्यों delivery नहीं करते?
We stand in solidarity with the young
And
delivery
all of
boy.
us agree that what happened in Indore and in Lucknow is wrong. So we may have our own ideologies. We may vote for different parties. All of us are Hindus in this panel. Okay, we had one Christian as well. But all of us agree that what happened in Indore and what happened in Lucknow was simply wrong. It was unnecessary. It was ugly. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Anurag, for joining us. Dr. Uday, thank you very much. And Dilip Cherian, thank you very much for joining us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'm stepping into a quick break on the show. My colleague Shreya Dhoundial is joining you up next with all the day's top headlines. Do stay with us.